With a fascinating history that reaches back to the dawn of civilization, Egypt is considered the oldest travel destination on Earth. The African nations' awe-inspiring temples and pyramids have captured the imagination of travelers for thousands of years. Although most people come to Egypt to view its ancient monuments, natural attractions beckon travelers too. The Red Sea coast is known for its coral reefs and beach resorts. A trek through the Sahara can lead visitors to refreshing freshwater spring oasis. Since the revolution in 2011 and the ongoing counter-revolution, tourists have fled Egypt to a large extent. This has created an opportunity for unique experiences of places in Egypt to visit without the crowds. Number 10. Alexandria. Alexandria city once housed the world's biggest library and was a jeweled outpost for the Greco-Roman Empire. Since then, little remains of the fabled places in the city, but the city has become one of the best Egypt destinations away from the grind and dust of the rest of the Egyptian cities. The Pompey Pillar Square is a great place to hang out, and the streets are lined with chic cafes in a welcome break from the cuisine elsewhere in Egypt. Number 9. Abydos. This city is another literal open-air museum and one of the best places to visit in Egypt. The Mother of Pots, also called the el-Kaab, is a sophisticated necropolis where the first pharaohs are buried. The area is named so because of excavations that reveal thousands of shards of pots that were littered in honor of the kings. Abydos is also where the Temple of Seti I was found, which contains the famous hieroglyphic inscription called the Abydos List. Number 8. White Desert. It is hard to believe that the surreal Egypt attraction of the Sahara Desert is natural. Enormous formations of chalk ranging from snow white to cream in color abound in the region, which also features the sand dunes of the Great Sand Sea and the cliffs of the Farafra Depression. The white boulders and pinnacles have been shaped by wind erosion for several millennia. The surrounding national park also houses the Rahim and Daucus gazelle, the last of which roam the arid landscape here. With endless splendor, it is among the most beautiful places to visit in Egypt. Number 7. Egyptian Museum. The ancient cities of Egypt have been excavated to reveal temples, palaces, and tombs that are thousands of years old, and you may wonder where all the fabled treasure went. After all, the Egyptians were famous for burying their dead with all kinds of things: gold, golden artifacts, books, and so on. Worry not, because the Egyptian Museum is that dream come true. The pyramids tell you only half the story. The other half is housed in this biggest Egypt collection in the world, including the famous excavation from the tomb of Tutankhamun, making it one of the most spectacular Egypt places to visit. Number 6. Rock Temples of Abu Simbel. Rock Temple of Abu Simbel, located along the western banks of the Lake Nasser. The twin temples of Ramesses II and his queen Nefertari were carved right into the mountains and are one of the most popular Egypt places to visit. The rock impressions of the king and the queen sitting on their thrones and overlooking the vastness of the Egyptian mountains is an iconic image of ancient Egypt. The temple was relocated because of the rising waters of the lake in the 60s and receives hundreds of visitors every day. Number 5. Aswan. This is one of the most relaxing Egypt holiday destinations in the southern part. In ancient Egypt, it was called Swanet and housed the stone quarries that supplied material to build the famous pyramids. However, Aswan is now known for its breathtaking views of the desert dunes and the Nile River. The Elephantine Islands are the perfect getaway for a relaxing weekend. The colorful Nubian villages in the center of the island are offbeat Egypt too. Tourist attractions and make for a great evening stroll. Number 4. Citadel of Saladin. One of the many places in ancient Egypt to be declared UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the citadel was built by the famous Ayyubid ruler Saladin to protect the Cairo and Fustat, the first Egyptian capital under the Caliphate, against crusaders. The huge fortification is lined by several watchtowers and houses several stunning mosques and the Well of Joseph inside. The Al-Nasir, Suleiman Pasha and the Al-Gawhara Palace Museum are three places that are a must for Egypt sightseeing tours in Cairo. Number 3. Islamic Cairo. The Islamic Cairo district in the capital of Egypt is filled with medieval mosques, monuments, and madrasas, and is one of the foremost Egypt tourist attractions. The Mosque Madrasa of Sultan Hassan is an impressive example and visible reminder of the Islamic heritage of this beautiful city. If you delve deep into the part near the walled city, you can also find workshops and artisan families that have worked there for a millennium, making it one of the best places to visit in Egypt. Number 2. Valley of Kings. Located on the east bank of River Nile, Luxor was the site of the ancient city of Thebes and is one of the most popular Egypt tourist spots. Hailed as the world's largest open-air museum, Luxor is best known for the Valley of Kings that houses rock-cut tombs of ancient pharaohs. Famous ancient kings such as Tutankhamun and Amenhotep were buried here. Although there are about 63 tombs that have been excavated, only a small number is open to tourists. Tutankhamun's tomb, called the KV62, has a separate entry charge. One of the most haunting places to see in Egypt for sure. This is amongst the famous places in Egypt. Number 1. Pyramids of Giza. The 3 pyramids, which house the tombs of ancient pharaohs, are one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Located on the Giza Plateau, the pyramids are the only wonder to have remained intact over thousands of years. The Great Pyramid, also known as the Pyramid of Khufu, is 138 meters high and is open to tourists via the Robbers Tunnel. The limestone Sphinx structure is also part of the same complex. The Pyramids complex of Giza is the jewel of Egypt tourist attractions and one of the most popular Egypt sightseeing places. Do subscribe ScoopBuddy for more such videos.